Hey guys, John Loxley here, starting a new blind playthrough of Tacoma. So I don't really know anything about this game. I know it was done by the Fulbright Company, which is the same company that did Gone Home and some other stuff. I never did play Gone Home, but I mean, I'm, semi-familiar with the controversy surrounding it. That said, I mean, I'd be willing to give it a try. Now, if you've never been to my channel before, welcome. And if you have been to my channel before, welcome back. Now, like I said, I don't know anything about the game. You do see it continue here because I played the first minute, maybe 30 seconds. I wanted to test the sound out, which, unfortunately, I do have to do before recording, because I want to make sure the sound levels are good. And, they did seem to be, so let's go ahead and start. Anything else I know about this that I want to disclose? I got it for free through that Humble Bundle giveaway for like 24 hours. But it was the actual game itself, not linked to Steam or anything, which means it's basically taking up space on my computer, and I don't get any achievements or anything. So I'll probably play this and then, delete it, free up some space. Maybe not. We'll see. I might want to play through it a couple times. I'm hoping it's good enough to play through a couple times, but I do expect it to be a walking simulator. Actually, hang on. It did look like there was some other controls and stuff. Maybe. I don't know. It may be more than just a walking simulator. So we'll see. Maybe some light puzzles or something. But that's it. Let's start. Start a new game will overwrite current progress. That's fine. I didn't. Loading. Didn't actually get anywhere. I do want to listen to the commentary, though.
All right, Minnie. Ready to start docking sequence?
Okay. Engaging retro thrusters now.
Good way to start, honestly. Pretty...
Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma. Commercial Cargo Transit Facility. Crew evacuated. Station AI offline.
Air supply?
Breathable air on Tacoma for a crew of 1 should be more than sufficient. Docking now.
So it's a lunar transit facility. Turning us around, gonna back on in. Good job, Minnie. Hope I'm doing an okay job. Just tell me if there's anything I could do better. That's a really good framing of the Earth right in the middle.
Nice. Thanks, Minnie.
Amy, Tacoma job. Now, I noticed she didn't actually take off a helmet or anything. That's probably for the best. Alright, so this is us. Little fire extinguisher there. Are we going forward, or is this thing retracting? Looks like it's retracting. I don't know what that means. That must be a kind of landing or a docking guidance thing. I don't quite know. I do know that we are a lady. Although I had feet a second ago, I don't appear to anymore. So that's a little, sad. I just lost my body. Now, of course, there's the concern, the whole, SJW thing. I don't know. I know nothing about this game. And honestly, the whole female protagonist, I don't care as long as it's good. My big concern with all the quote unquote SJW stuff is most of it is crap. It is poorly written, shoved in there, and all that. So if this is decent, I will have no problem whatsoever. Please be good. Okay. So I walked forward here, and this was about where I got to. Because there's the play commentary, there was the... Yes, okay. This is it. This is where I was. Hold right mouse to look closer. And we will in a second. Caution. Sorry. I had to yawn. AI hardware enclosure. Do not tamper. Obsidian class. HW install... I guess hardware. Install verified. Okay. 229. Is that 2088 or 1988? Simrun, 10,000 out of 10,000. Okay. Verified by H. That seems kind of, normal. Grab tape. I guess I left click. Yes. Hold right mouse to examine what you're holding. Let's do that. Move mouse to rotate what you're examining. It appears to be duct tape. There's the tear. Woo! Alright. It is stuck to the bottom of the screen now because I don't have hands. Okay, let's listen to this commentary.
Hey there, I'm Steve.
I'm Carla.
And we are the co-founders of Fulbright, and we want to welcome you to Tacoma's commentary mode.
Welcome.
Throughout the game, you'll find icons like this one that will give you insight from a bunch of different people that contributed to Tacoma. People on the development team that did design, animation, sound, and pretty much every other part of making a game like this a reality.
It'll be both audio and sometimes visual.
Yeah.
So lots of information.
Behind the scenes concept art and other kind of development screenshots and stuff like that. And also on your way back out of this area, if you do a full playthrough of the game in commentary mode, there will be some new nodes that pop up in the hub and in Amy's ship. So don't miss those. Thank you for playing through commentary mode, and we hope that you'll enjoy finding out more about how Tacoma was made.
So that is actually something I'm very interested in, just in general. I don't, I'm not specifically interested in how Tacoma itself was made, but commentary modes are kind of interesting. Also, I just gotta say how the ship thing worked, like the AI was in her notebook, right? Like a little notepad that she plugs in. That's cool. That seems like a very real futuristic thing. And then we have, I guess that's a cup noodle and a spork, which is dirty. So she's a slob, I guess. Ate her cup noodles and then just kind of tossed them over there. On an unrelated note, oh yeah, see, it's open. I had ramen like right before this, and I inhaled a bunch of spicy stuff and almost choked to death. So, still dealing with the effects of that a little bit. I do appreciate the tank. Like, this feels real. Like, this feels very real. Like an actual, you have the thing that's taped off. It's like, here's your path. Here's some hardware thing that we shoved in there. Your H2O thing that you wrote on it to remind yourself that's the H2O. Some kind of fire suppression system and probably an escape or a life support, like raft thing. I don't know. Amy, install AI wetware here. Okay, I assume it's on there already because otherwise we probably wouldn't be flying around. Oh, and there's a thing. There's another one over there. Voicing Amy, Sarah Grayson, voice actor.
So doing the voice recording for Amy was definitely very different from what we did with Sam in Gone Home. A lot of it with Gone Home, since it is something that's very personal, it's very intimate, it's that one person pouring her thoughts out. And then you have something like Amy in Tacoma, where she's really removed from everybody else. She's, in a sense, really removed from the story that you're exploring, because she's playing that character that's discovering it just as you are. So, whereas the rest of the crew for Tacoma was all doing an ensemble recording together, so they were actually in the same room, acting together, performing against each other, and getting to talk face to face, all of my recording was done totally separately. I had a general idea of the story that kind of gave me a little rundown of, the scenes that I was in and what I was talking about, but a lot of it was a total surprise because you sort of don't want Amy to know a lot of what's going on, because I think that it makes it a bit more authentic if the recording is, okay, so you walk into this room and this is what you're seeing, but you don't know why. So it needs to have that sound of surprise and questioning and exploration that I think comes from really being that separated as she would actually be in that reality.
I appreciate that, actually. So a lot of, I don't know how much you guys know about like cartoons and stuff. Also, it bugs me that it's kind of offset. Like this is not centered on one side and it is on the other. That triggers my OCD, I guess. But no, so like a lot of Disney cartoons or Disney movies, whatever, animated movies, whatever you want to call them, most of the time, almost always, the voice actors will do their own recording separately from everybody else. Certain, like a really good, the one I'm thinking of is Gargoyles, which is a bit older. It's like a mid to late 90s cartoon that Disney put out. I think it only lasted like 2 or 3 seasons, but it was generally, I mean, it was really good. A lot of people liked it. There's still like fan stuff going on today, I think. But that all the actors and actresses were in the same room when they did their voice acting. And that was one of the things that made it really, in my opinion, high quality, because you had people and they were actually able to act together. So they were able to, act off of other people's acting, almost like they're actually acting. So it's, in my opinion, it just makes it really higher quality. So it's really kind of neat to hear them do something similar where Amy, being by herself, is, and sort of in the role of the player, is finding that she's on her own, but everyone else is doing it together. So to me, that's kind of cool. I appreciate they put that like level of sophistication into it.
Minnie, I'm headed in. Talk to you when I'm back. Don't let anybody scan the ship while I'm gone.
Okay.
What does that even...
Okay.
What does that even mean? Also, I appreciate the artificial gravity things, which I assume that's what those are. Voicing Minnie, Noelle Clark, animator. And so who actually voice acted? Neither of those?
So Minnie is Amy's ship's AI. I think she's most known for saying, okay. And I am the voice of Minnie. When we originally recorded it, it was just Scratch. So we didn't know then that I would be the voice of Minnie, ultimately. But yeah, it stuck, and it was a nice surprise.
Yeah, Minnie went through like a bunch of iterations, actually. It was kind of hard to get her right. We ended up kind of settling on the audio direction being like a happy version of Hal, like the really famous AI from 2001. So yeah, I just kind of took Noelle's really amazing VO and I would do things like I would time stretch it, or I would take one syllable and like an okay, that line, I took the O and I, like over a period of time, I kind of pitch bent that vowel sound up. So she has a real like sing-song quality, and I think that combined just with like it sounding like her voice is coming through a really small speaker makes the character feel kind of rudimentary, and then it's all really Noelle's like voice acting that kind of sells Minnie as being super pleasant and helpful.
I just remember when we were recording it, Steve and Carla are just like, cheerier, be like you are when you come into the office or something, and I had no idea that I was quite that cheery all the time.
Okay. I guess. All right. Fair enough. Also, why is this one the same on both sides, but this one isn't? That also triggers my OCD. I'm half joking. Half joking. Let me check something real fast. Hit the escape. Okay, there we go. Right? commentary. It gives you like a little checklist. That's awesome. That is awesome. Also, I don't know. It's fine. I was gonna say Patrick is, I mean, it sounds like he's really good at what he does, but maybe, has the hots for Noelle or something? I don't know. It just sounded really weird when he was like, oh, you know, Noelle's amazing voiceover. It's like, really? I don't know. Maybe it was really amazing. I guess we haven't heard it. We haven't heard it, so maybe it's, I don't know. I gotta say, the animation is really slick. Okay, so this must be the actual exit for the ship. But I don't... I mean, right? Maybe? I mean, or maybe this is open lid. Left and right. Okay, let's check the airlock or this thing first. Sign language and AR. Carla, story editor, and Steve Gaynor.
A lot of people ask about the use of sign language in Tacoma, including asking things like, is Amy hearing impaired? Is there, you know, what is the rationale behind the use of sign language? And for us, it actually came from thinking about how an interface for a non-physical thing like AR might work.
Most of our AR interaction is, you know, it's attention-based and it's focus-based, like on where the user is looking and paying attention to. But sometimes there are good reasons for you to do something, you know, physically, and we use therefore sign language for things like signing in.
Or in the case of when Amy's recovering one of the AR crew records, she does, as opposed to like text entry, she does full word commands in ASL, American Sign Language.
And our animator Noelle also had extensive correspondence with a person fluent in ASL, so
yeah, it was important to us to work with a sign language consultant so that Noelle could ensure that the hand motions and the finger spelling that she was animating were accurate to how someone might actually use those gestures in the real world.
Okay, I'm seeing the you know, quote-unquote SJW mentality come into play a little bit. I don't particularly... I'm not making a judgment call on it with the whole sign language thing. But it is... I don't know, maybe I'm just so sensitive to the agenda pushing that maybe this is innocent and I'm just misinterpreting it. And it might be. I'm curious to know how the future is going to turn out, you know, so I don't, you know, maybe sign language is actually, to be fair, I have been in a situation where you couldn't talk, right? Previous experiences and stuff like that, you know, military doing gas chamber related stuff, you can't breathe, and so you have to sign to each other certain commands and stuff. So that may be something similar, like deep, you know, you're out in space, you can't talk or whatever. Sign language might be an actual valid thing. If that's the case, right on. If not, if they're just trying to push agenda a little bit more, please don't. But we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. Also, I really hope these things don't spoil anything. That was one concern I had when doing the commentary run in the first place, but at the same time my thought was, well, I don't know if I'm going to want to play it more than once, and I'd like to get as much out of it as possible during my playthrough. So yeah, I guess we'll see. So maybe this is the actual rear of the ship. Take AR D-Wear. I assume it's augmented reality. Oh, wait. It's... Oh, no. How do I... hold right... How do I... There you go. Okay. You know what? I will leave the tape right there. ARDware transmits critical audio-visual information directly to your sensory cortex. Please affix your Venturis RDware to interface with this facility. So we're in the facility already? I feel like there should be some sort of umbilical bridge or something, you know? Did I need that tape? If I need it, I'm going to be a little annoyed. Left ARDware node attached. Right. And a bunch of...
Hello, I am Odin, Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma's Operational Data Interface Network. I have recorded this message to welcome you, guests, aboard. Before I can set up your station profile, you must register your body positional data with Tacoma's AR tracking systems. Please place your hand on the AR figure's palm.
I thought they said the AI was offline. Also, yeah, this place has no... crew has been evacuated. AI is shut down. What is that? Right? Obviously an accident or something. This is maybe like a Dead Space scenario where I'm sent in. Well, I don't know why I'm sent in to repair something. I guess we shall see. And then, interestingly enough, I figure AR, augmented reality, is probably the way of the future. You know, I figure we're all probably going to be wearing Google glasses or something like that at some point, and linked to our smartphones to do stuff like this. By entering this Venturis facility, we'll listen carefully for instructions from Odin. You consent to the following. This facility uses augmented reality body positional tracking for a multitude of critical functions. Visitor body positional data as well as audio and visual data may be retained by Venturis Technologies and its subsidiaries to better ensure the highest level of security and service. We will also sell your data. By entering this facility, you relinquish all rights. Yep, there you go. To any data collected by the augmented reality system and release Venturis from any future liability for its retention or use in perpetuity. So basically, we own your data. By the way, YouTube does the same thing. Also, Facebook. Did you know anything you upload to Reddit, they automatically... you retain the copyright for, but anything... but they can use it for anything. So if you write a story and put it up there, you grant them a permanent license to take that story and monetize it, sell it, make a novel out of it, whatever they want to do. Although you still own the copyright, so I don't know what that means. I mean, it's basically free, right? Venturis is there no matter where you are. It watches you go to the bathroom. That's weird.
Your body positional data has been registered with Tacoma's AR network. Please sign in to confirm your identity.
Ooh, it's 3D. Did you hear that? It was center on both speakers this way, and then as I went this way, it came out the right only. It was kind of neat. Sign in. Confirmation of contractor agreement. By signing here, you, contractor, confirm that you shall abide by the conditions of your contracting agreement, including in respect to all data privacy rights of Venturis Technologies and its subsidiaries in perpetuity throughout the universe for all time. All data in this... Excuse me, I'm still getting over the cold. All data on this Venturis facility is to be considered strictest confidentiality, and by signing here, you acknowledge that to access or transmit any confidential data belonging to Venturis constitutes a felony or a violation of orbital law to which you and all of your actions are subject. Hang on a second. To access or transmit any confidential data. What if I accidentally access it?
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Okay.
On board Tacoma Station, please remember that all activity on this facility is monitored by AR recording. All activity records become sole property of the Venturas Corporation. Any questions about piracy and personal privacy should be started on certain safeguards.
Oh. Well. Tacoma Station Data Network warning, massive data loss detected, recoverable AR data found, entering data recovery mode. I'm getting like Subnautica vibes. Grab bag. Let's take a look at it. Blah blah blah. Equilibrium sickness bag. Pour les nausees. I don't know what language that is. Beg Penyeket Kasembagan. Appears to be Chinese. And then something else, and also another language after that. Ooh, what is that? Hang on. Toss you. What is this? Grab sanitation drone. Ooh, we're in 0G. Okay, engineering is that way. Access is denied. Right. Massive data breach, loss stuff. Also, the sign language, yeah, bit SJW. What do I do with the sanitation drone? Cleaning unit. Do not service vacuum unit while it is in operation. High suction, hot metal surfaces, wear protective equipment, or wear protective eyewear, and observe caution at all times. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Automated air filtering drone, serial such and such, Romeo. Alright, go Romeo. It's back to work. The green light is on. I thought it was like a health kit or something. Okay, so I'm not moving. This is actually moving around me, which is kind of cool. Unfortunately, I do have the sniffles still. But it's getting better. Like, I can talk mostly, kind of, today. Hey, drone! Romeo! Yeah. Okay, hub's aesthetic design. This actually, yeah, this is really cool. I like this design. I don't, we'll see about the SJW stuff. I mean, I might be willing to give it a pass if this area is cool enough. And, of course, how SJW it gets, right? But no one ever played this game, but it was, what was it called? Of Light and Darkness? It was an older, like Myst style game about some a drug addicted stripper that died and found out she was actually an angel at the end of the world, and she had to try and redeem the souls of serial killers. And it kind of, it had like a trippy, almost psychedelic look. And this is very reminiscent of that. I don't know why. Also, I never finished that game, which is unfortunate, because it was kind of weird and unique. But I think it's on GOG. I might have to do that one. Okay, so Hub's aesthetic design. Also, they said something about the commentary adds like 2 hours. So that's 2 extra hours we're going to have to sit here and listen to this. Which is, I'm okay with that. I hope you guys are as well, because this is interesting to me. And I hope it's interesting to you. And I hope it can be interesting to all of us.
Here we are in the hub.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's big.
It is very big. Actually, that was one of my concerns when we sort of first started making the hub, was that, like, you just sort of get thrown into this giant space.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on. There's little guys flying around.
it's one of the only spaces in the entire game that feels very spaceship to me.
Yeah.
You go from here to a space that feels a lot more terrestrial, that feels a lot more grounded, and it's easy to get around, and you tend not to lose your bearings, and we help the player move through the space with, you know, landmarking and lighting and stuff. And then you come back to here after that, and you're like, oh, I'm in space. Oh, yeah, I remember. Here I am in space again. And it's disorienting, and it's weird. It's kind of unsettling. I think that kind of works about it, because you're not playing the game in here, and the game isn't really about getting from A to B. So it's really kind of
playing basketball.
It's playing basketball, and it's also kind of, I always felt like this part was just kind of an intermission in the game. You like come here to kind of take a breath after, you know, a long bit of story, and it's a fairly empty, quiet float, which I really liked.
That actually makes a lot of sense. It kind of brings up the concept of the 30 seconds of action, which is something Halo did. And then I assume that's access denied, right? Because this is no, wait, hang on. This is access denied. What does that say? The user mission parameters do not currently require access to this section of the facility. So it knows, like, my clearance or something. But, no, the 30 seconds of action was something that Halo did, which is smart because it doesn't want it to be action all the time. Otherwise, it loses its impact. So what you do is you have breaks. You have... oh, this one's access denied as well. But why is this like a little sticker and that one's like a cool sticker? A cool little barrier. This way to the Tacoma Dome. Bring your friends or don't. So is this like the fall of the civilization? By the way, what happens if I hit space? Nothing. Okay. But yeah. 30 seconds of action. Pretty neat. Grab drink bag. Oolong tea. I love tea. Product of Malaysia. Attach hot water nozzle to airtight ring. Add water. Recap bag. Shake and enjoy. Done something like that. I don't know what I'm doing here. If you've ever had an MRE, it's kind of similar to this. It's like a prepackaged thing. And then, right, that's the throw-up bag. And, you know, it's something sealed, preserved forever, and you put water in it, and that's what cooks it. And all of that. So let's do... How many more commentary things? 3. In this area. We shall see. Tacoma Dome signs.
I remember when... Because I made a bunch of signs to point us in the direction of the Tacoma Dome. And you guys just let me kind of go bananas. You didn't say anything particular. You said make a bunch of signs, and I just made them say a bunch of stuff like, you know those mystery spots? Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, they have those where you were? Yeah. You'll drive, and they'll be like, you know, two more turns till wall drug, or to your mystery spot, or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I wanted them to have that tone, and I thought for sure you guys would be like, no, more serious, but you're like, nah, great.
No, they were great.
Yeah.
We loved them.
I think those kinds of things, like what we really wanted to do with a lot of Tacoma was say that the station is very manufactured. It's a little antiseptic as a base layer, but then the characters kind of humanizing that and expressing their personalities on top of it is what a lot of like what you find is about. So the signs being kind of like, you know, the crew having fun and making jokes for their own amusement, I think is totally appropriate here.
Okay, a little bit of personality the crew is adding to themselves. Oh, and they did mention basketball, didn't they? Orange team. This is kind of cool. Grab basketball. Boom. Nothing but net. I mean, you know, it wasn't, but don't tell anyone. So this is how it's done, right? Oh, dunk, you can actually... Okay, 30 to 32. Well, I'm helping out the underdog. That's how that works. Biomedical. I can't go to biomedical either. Access denied. User something something probably doesn't require access. Yep. Do I know? I don't even know what my mission parameters are. I feel like I should know that, at least. You know? Also, I'm upside down. Let's see if I can fix this. There we go. 0G basketball.
I don't remember exactly how it started, but I feel like the team colors, and specifically the design of the basketball backboard, were definitely left up to you. So
Yes.
I want to know about these backboards because I absolutely love them.
We needed ones that were basically sort of symmetrical, that you could approach a basketball hoop from both up and down. So this is just like, you know, the most obvious approach to it, but it works, right? And if something works in a video game where you're flying around in 0G, then like maybe stick with that. Don't make it convoluted. Like don't make it any more than it needs to be.
I also tested this so much that I could make, I could make a 3-pointer from, you know, the other side of the hub, which I don't think it's a skill I can do something else with, but I'm still kind of proud about it. You know.
Yeah, well, I can't shoot for beans, so I'm glad someone can.
How do you make a 3-pointer from the other side of the hub? I mean, okay. Oh, what happened there? Press tab to toggle your AR desktop. If I can talk. Okay. This is me, I guess. She's from California. That makes sense. Let's see. Emetioji Ferrier. So she's French. Contractor, license issue date, corporate security level 8, data systems 4+. Class C microgravity, okay. AI communications specialist, California American. That makes a lot of sense also. Okay, so what is this? Venturis Technologies contract bid accepted. Confidentiality terms accepted. Facility access clearance transmitted. Subcontractor mission brief. Okay, so here we go. We're getting a little bit of a story. Crew of Lunar Transit Station Tacoma evacuated. Subcontractor shall board Tacoma, proceed to data access points in each habitable section, and transfer AI data from station to subcontractor vessel. Retrieve AI central processing wetwork. Return intact AI to Venturis. So they're abandoning the station, I suppose. Also, isn't it a felony to download confidential information? Subcontractor agrees to provide data transfer hardware and transport vessel. Subcontractor verifies transport vessel is capable of supporting Obsidian-class artificial intelligence, which must be that board stuff, that newly installed area. Right, so I grab the whatever, and I shove it in that slot, and then we're good. A Venturis representative will be in contact remotely. So crew roster, let's check this out. Okay. Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma. Cargo transfer point between Earth's surface and Zenith Lunar Resort. Cargo delivery managed by automated drone. Crew responsibilities: oversee safe transit of cargo as it passes through facility. EV St. James Station Administrator. That's it? It just shows me their photos. Okay. Excuse me. Operations Specialist, Natalie Koroshenko, Network Specialist. Are these real people? Like, is this the development team? Roberta Williams, Mechanical Engineer. Sarah Hasmati, Medic. Andrew Dagyab, Botanist. Excuse me, jeez. Is it, Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. Close. Okay. Oh, it wants me to do... See, I thought it was in that already. Oh, it's a map. Okay. That is not confusing at all. Can I rotate it? No, I can't. See, I want to rotate this though. Look, I'm trying to click on it and just closes. So personnel, is that the cryo? No, that's personnel. Biomedical. I don't even see cryo on here. Okay, what is this? Sign on to Tacoma's AR network successful. Please proceed to the personnel module to begin the AI transfer process. Your progress will be tracked. 2 of 2. What's 1 of 1? We've transmitted Tacoma docking codes to your Mini. Please proceed to the facility without delay. Okay. Let's do that. But first... So there's cryogenics. That didn't show up on the map. Why not? Like nothing on Earth. Rather magnificent, Odin. Yeah, okay. Personnel, so I can go in there. I'm allowed in there. Observation, just a little more. Holy smokes, you're almost at the dome. That's nice. Recoverable AR crew record data found, captured 3 days ago. Press space to recover AR data. Is that the AR data? AR crew record data recovered, and it's innocent? What is that?
So, you really miss it, huh? Well, it just seems like it'd be strange being back on Earth already, after only a year up here.
Really? After all I've had to hear from you about the conditions VT has us working under?
Yeah, but there's that, and then there's this. Yeah, I'll miss it.
I can't blame you. So, whether you're getting renewed or not, did you submit your yearly crew member report?
No.
Yeah, me neither. You know, I think I might go get that done.
Okay, yeah. I probably should too. Oh my god, wait. Is today obsolescence day?
Yeah. Didn't Odin give you a job to do?
No.
So maybe this is my cynical side. But... I don't know. It's kind of like how do I put this delicately? You can sometimes, stereotypically, I would say, you could tell the ethnicity of a person based on their speech, based on their voice. And we saw Evie St. James and Sarah. Do you think they found someone that sounded how they should, quote-unquote, ethnically sound? Right? That was my initial thought. Because when you're so concerned about diversity, forcing diversity and stuff like that, it just seems to me like the political agenda, the SJW stuff, when you really look at them, the ones that claim they want diversity the most are usually the most racist out of all of them. Now, I would assume excuse me, I would assume in a futuristic society where everyone's melded together and race is a bit more muddy, you know what I mean? Like there's all sort of interracial relationships and stuff like that. You would think that race would not be as much of a big deal. And more specifically, language would also not be that big of a deal. So, I don't know. I don't have a problem with their voice. They were both, well acted. But just the, I don't know. Like I said, it's my cynical side. I've seen enough crazy people on the internet to be highly suspicious when it comes to agenda pushing, because like I said, they seem to be the worst type of people. Now, if they are, or if they're not, this is not a judgment call. This is just kind of what I've seen. You know, you can find all kinds of stuff online, and I want to give everyone a chance, but I know the reputation, so maybe I just can't help being cynical at this point. Like, I'm oversensitive to the agendas. Don't know. There's no easy way to talk about it, that's for sure. Someone will always find a way to be offended. And, that's it. That's all you can do, is just, I'm just asking. Like I said, that's my observation, is that the, I don't know. Any comments or whatever, flames, if you want to call me an asshole or a racist, that's your prerogative, I suppose. I am not one, but, well, I'm an asshole, definitely. Racist, no. But, by all means, I suppose. I don't mind having a conversation about it if you're civil. If you just want to call me an asshole or a racist, then I'm probably not going to respond, even though I try and respond to everybody that leaves comments. So, just fair warning.
So, Zero G controls, you are a little floating ball in space, is that accurate?
Yeah. You're generally a cylinder walking around, but when you're floating around, you're a sphere, so you don't bump your feet or head into things when you wouldn't expect to. In theory, your feet are floating out behind you and not getting in the way.
So you're not a long tube?
No. You're just
Superman.
a sphere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That would be even worse to program.
I believe it. Because you're a perfect ball, and because you're a pretty small ball, you can actually dunk yourself through the basket.
You don't get points for that, though.
No points.
No points. That should be a Chivo.
Yeah, we missed it somehow. Just skulls.
That's amazing.
Okay, we're going to do that right now. Now, when they say dunk, does it mean, wait, where are you guys going? The recording just stops, but you guys stay there? Can I, what's Q and E next to the space is restart. If I just hit space, nothing happens. If I hit Q and E, oh, that's the forward and rewind and stuff. Can I just turn off the recording? Wait, what is this? Oh, I see. Okay, the recording is off now, presumably. Or, yeah, okay. Okay, well, so do we actually dunk, or do we just fly through the basket? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's not dunking ourselves, but I'm okay with that. Like I said, I am an asshole. I try not to be, though. That's probably the hardest part, I would think. Is that I try not to be an asshole, but I don't know. Okay, let's go through here, and then we will stop. What does that say? Initiate transfer? Okay, so maybe it's, okay, we'll just click, I guess. Oh, what is this? Hang on. Stop moving. Request gravity tow. Shaft is currently unoccupied. Oh, I see. Venturis Belt's orbital vacation bungalows. The perfect family getaway. Coming 2088. Pre-registration open now. And loading. Yep. We saw the little pause. Makes sense. It's the Dark Souls way. Or, you know, now entering personnel module. Oh, hang on. Are we in a... Oh. Oh, that wants me to open the station hub access request. Gravity tow shaft is currently unoccupied, so if you want to go back up, there you go. And that was your little cue to open your thing, I suppose. Oh, I guess that means you got new orders, right? Okay, so when that came up, that was probably this getting updated, but that doesn't even make sense because this happened, Tacoma's AR signing on happened before we got this message. I mean, unless it takes, 15 minutes to transfer to Earth. Which is possible. It would actually be really interesting if they built that in. Like if they're like, well, we're going to have it a little bit of a delay because you're communicating with Earth and that takes, however long to do. Subcontractor Ferrier, the company has remotely disabled the station's AI ability to directly affect operations on Tacoma or contact you via the station's ARNet. Hang on, I need to read that again. The company has remotely disabled the station AI's ability to directly affect operations on Tacoma. Okay. Or contact you via the station's ARNet. Any attempt to communicate with the AI is strictly prohibited. So, pretty standard stuff so far. AI probably went crazy. They did mention HAL, although that was in reference to Minnie, so I don't know. Also, if I could be an asshole really fast again, right? People are always accused of whitewashing, but they shorten this ethnic name to Amy. Isn't that whitewashing itself? Like I said, I'm an asshole, so I try not to be, but it is really hard to not be one. Okay, let's end that for today. I will go bask in my assholishness. Wow, that is a lot of commentary. They're not kidding when they said like 2 hours. Ooh, nudity. Okay. Studio Cats. That's just as good. Quit to menu. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. Sorry if I'm an asshole. Sorry if I come across as, racist or whatever. I don't think I do, but I would like to think that I explain my positions neutral enough that people shouldn't be offended. But there's some people that are just going to be offended no matter what. And I can't do anything about them. But if anyone is offended by anything that I said, you can tell me, I guess. I mean, it won't... If all you want to do is say that you're offended, okay. I'm not going to begrudge anyone that. But if you want to ask a question or a comment and you want a response, I have no problem with having a civil conversation. Like I said, I'm not a racist, but I am, at this point, kind of sensitive to the whole... agenda pushing, especially when it's poorly done. This does not seem to be so far. It does not seem to be so far. So it has points for that. I mean, that could change. I might be overestimating people. Especially the... I'm going to grossly misrepresent Gone Home here, especially because I never played it. Like, apparently the big twist was, oh my god, she's a lesbian. And it's like, that's... okay, like, I thought we were beyond that at this point, but maybe not. And that's kind of what I mean about, like, you know, the agenda pushing and all that stuff. I don't do what Kevin Smith does. You know, make something really good and just throw a little hint of it in there. Don't try and cram it down people's throats. I'm not saying that's what this is, but I'm saying everyone is really sensitive to it at this point. Myself, probably more than most. You know, normal people, quote unquote, seem pretty clueless about what goes on online, just in general. But like I said, if you do have some kind of comment, I don't mind answering it as long as you're civil. You can call me an asshole. I am one. It's but maybe if you want an answer, don't start with that. But seriously, guys, thank you so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. I do hope you enjoy these episodes. Tacoma is interesting. It is definitely a walking simulator. But I'm okay with that as long as the story is good. It seems like it might be. So I'm all right with that. Now, if you guys are new here, I like to do with every episode a unique positive moment, which is it's kind of a challenge. It's a way of training your brain to seek out positive stuff. You know, everything is just so negative. The news and you know, just everything. And so as you take in more and more negative stimuli, your brain begins to interpret the world as more negative, and that makes you more unhappy. And so the way to increase your happiness, or one of the ways, is to focus on the positive stuff. And one of the ways to do that is to come up with, well, at least according to the book that I read, it was 3 unique positives every day. But here, I just like to do 1 because that's, you know, kind of doable. It's challenging enough, still being doable. And so every episode of a standard playthrough, I like to do a unique positive moment. So what is your guys' unique positive moment for today? You can tell me in the comments. You don't have to, or you don't have to. I do appreciate whatever comments you guys do or do not want to put down. So my unique positive moment, and sorry if I'm smacking a little bit when I talk. So my unique positive, now I can't talk anymore. My unique positive moment is, you know, I've gotten another cold, which is like, I just had one 2 months ago. I get sick like once a year normally, and now it's like I haven't had one in 2 years, or haven't had any kind of cold or sickness in 2 years. And now I got like 2 within a month or 2 of each other, and that's just not cool. But it's, you know, lots of allergies and stuff. So, but last night I got some decent sleep. I woke up feeling refreshed. Even though I'm coughing and, you know, not super, still kind of congested, I'm starting to feel a lot better. So, you know, it doesn't hurt so much to talk anymore. But that's my unique positive moment. Good sleep. What is your guys' unique positive moment? You don't have to answer, but consider it. Anyway, that's all for today. I really do, you know, once again, thank you guys for especially listening to me ramble. If you've made it this far, I ramble a lot, and I talk about a lot of pointless crap and go off on tangents and stuff. But I do appreciate your guys' attention, and I hope you are entertained or get something out of my pointless and inane ramblings. But I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, guys, take care.